An archives or a library or a museum all are places that will collect historical records, historical objects, and what's seen as historical may to us seem like an old thing, but it may be something that happened 2, 3, even 5 years ago. So these organizations collect and keep things for the future. They may provide safe, secure storage for them. They put them on exhibit. They make them available on the internet, on the web. And they, particularly what's important, make them available to people around the community, maybe even the nation or internationally. But they make things accessible to people so they can use them for a wide variety of purposes, whether it's scholarship, whether it's writing a book, writing a play, for teachers in the classroom. They have many, many uses, but they really are the people who retain our cultural heritage and the stories, most of all, the stories of the people in our communities. It's really important for people who are thinking about donating important objects to them, and especially for families and people who relate to September 11th. It's important to choose a place that you feel very comfortable with, a place that is both willing and able to take care of the things that you have and that you treasure. We've all kept those things because they mean a great deal to us. They may be the last reminders and traces we have of a life that was important to us, and you're handing on to someone that very important heritage. It's important, therefore, that you choose the place based on some place that does what you need, that will talk to you. It may be a local historical society. It could be a local library with a wonderful local history collection. It could be a museum that has other 9/11 objects. But it needs to be some place that will work with you and talk to you and understand your needs and interact with you on what you want done with your objects, and will tell you how they will use those materials to help people understand the events of September 11th and the many lives and the many stories that there are connected to it. One of the things that many people think is that if they're going to give something to an historical organization, that they need to get them ready, they need to organize them, that they need to do something to or with them, and that's absolutely not the case at all. You need to keep it in a way in your own home that preserves it so that the things don't deteriorate or get damaged. But once you've done that, all you need to do is hand them off to an archivist or a librarian. They're trained professionals. They're professional standards. They get things all the time, and they're used to taking care of those materials. They know the best way to take care of them. In fact, you probably shouldn't do that. Let them determine what kinds of physical care they need, what kind of access needs there are. So really, it's preserving the items is your first job, and beyond that, it's really a matter of letting the professionals then take over, and they'll take responsibility for doing what you need to make your story survive. Once you donate materials to an historical record organization, they will be used for exhibits. They may be copied and put out on the internet, which is a wonderful way to really share your stories with people. And they will be made available through research rooms, through libraries, so that people who come in to do research will be able to see them. Now, they won't be on exhibit all the time. That actually would be very damaging to them, because when you put things on exhibit, you expose them to light and to environmental conditions that could hurt them. But they will be used to make the story of September 11th a very real and a very human experience. Once you donate materials to an historical organization, you still have the right to go in and see them, to use them. A really good thing to do is simply to ask them to make copies for you, or to take photographs of objects, so you can always have them there so you can take a look at them if you want to. But you don't have to even donate them during your lifetime. Many people think, oh, I've got to give it away now. You can include it as part of your will, and you can hand it on at a later point when you no longer need those objects or want to have them around. For many of us, those objects give us both comfort and a tangible connection to the people whose lives we've lost and who were so important to us. And you can wait and give them at any point you want to in your life. And if you want to go back and look at them, that's absolutely acceptable.